All right, good morning. It's the morning walk. It is it's coming up on 9 a.m. Wednesday, March 13th. Yesterday we said we were gonna end at Trey Mountain Shelter and only do 6 miles, but we pushed ahead and went to Addis Gap and ended up staying there right before Deep Gap Shelter, about 2 miles before Deep Gap Shelter. So it was a pretty good night, minus the half-mile round trip to the water. We were just a little exhausted by the end of the day yesterday, and I really didn't feel like climbing the extra 800 feet up into Deep Gap Shelter, because we'd have got there about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And middle of March, there's no guarantee you're getting a spot anywhere. Show you the wonderful view, or the path that we just got. So today we're looking at pretty much 10 miles even to Plum Orchard Shelter, which I'm not sure if my memory serves right, because it never does. But I think that's where we met Colossus last year, and it should be a double-decker shelter, but I could be way off. I just remember I liked Plum Orchard Shelter for whatever reason, and it could be because it's named after food. I'm not really sure. But decent night last night. Got down into the low 40s, really comfortable. So that was my first time staying at a gap and not necessarily near a shelter. First cat hole on trail, which, funny enough, I dug 3 cat holes. Really, I intended to use one for evening, one for morning, and then I felt like my evening one was too close, so I went down further and had nothing to produce. So I woke up this morning out in the complete darkness at 5 something in the morning and had to dig a whole new cat hole because I couldn't find the old ones. So 4 cat holes I've dug so far. I've only used one of them, so congratulations to those people at Addis Gap that found the other ones that I've already dug. I'll save them some time and frustration. But 10 miles today. I think we're almost 3 miles in, if I had to guess. I know we've passed the Deep Gap Shelter, so we're just kind of moseying along. We've stopped and had our breakfast. Dylan heated up an oatmeal, and I had some granola bars. And this is it. Got a couple inclines today. We've already done, I think, I guess that's not the biggest, but we have like 2 inclines coming up that kind of go up a couple hundred feet, and then it comes down a couple hundred feet, and it goes back up, and we'll end up, I think, doing around 1,500 feet total, but for at least for that climb. So we'll probably be at, I don't know, 2,300 feet of elevation gain, and I don't know how much loss, maybe like 700-800 feet. Yesterday, pushing 10 miles after coming up out of Unicoi Gap or 11 or 12 coming up out of Unicoi Gap. It was a wonderful first day back, with just a hint of sarcasm, because I was exhausted by the end of the day. So we'll be working on our trail legs, but because we did cut off, or we went an extra like 5 miles, 6 miles than we expected to, that also means today we're going to Plum Orchard, which is where we were gonna take 3 days to get to. So because we didn't stop at Trey Mountain Shelter and we didn't stop at Deep Gap Shelter, we're pushing to Plum Orchard, which is going to officially cut an entire day out of what we had planned when we came back out. So that's fun. Guess we'll get to the Smokies a day quicker than we thought, and we'll look at where, we plan on going versus how we feel as we keep going forward. But you just never know when it's going to be like 12 o'clock and you show up where you wanted to be and it's, you know, 70 some degrees, and it just doesn't make sense to stop. So you kind of, yesterday we got where we wanted to go and we took like an hour break and then laid down and sunbathed on our mats for a while and got up and kept going. So I guess I'll check in with y'all later. I'm just gonna descend this little path. I'll spin this around nice and slow. Maybe you can catch my nose running, because it's still like, I don't know, low 50s maybe. Keeps bouncing between the mid 50s and mid 40s. So it just depends on if the mountain's in the sun, or like right now we've got all this coverage. So, oh boy, I'm trying to spin my phone with almost frozen fingers. And that's it. And we just keep going. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Bye for now. So it's almost 3 p.m. We made it into Plum Orchard Shelter. We got a nice bear box back there to put our food in tonight instead of doing our bear bag hang. Dylan's chilling at the table. A nice 2-story shelter. We've even got fire pit tools here. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is the last shelter in Georgia before you get to North Carolina. So I don't know if they just tried to make this one extra special, but it is. So it's 2-story. It's kind of 3-story actually, because you got this floor here, and you can sleep more here. And if you go up this ladder, there's a little loft up there. So you could probably sleep, I don't even know, 18 people in here? Take a guess at it at least. So shelter here, little fire pit, bear box. This is a sign that people at shelters love to see. The privy. Turn that down there. We have set up outside of the shelter for the night. Excuse me, so we're just sitting back here. Over there's the privy. And then our water source is right back down there by the shelter where I first started filming at. It was just behind me. So we've already filled up for the night, set up. And now there's not much signal here. I think we got 1 bar. So probably enough to get text messages out, but no pictures. Here's Dylan's little setup. And I know last night I kind of showed what I had going on inside my tent. I got all my stuff set out. Get ready for dinner. I'm about to go have a protein shake. And here I'm just kind of ready for the evening. My little bags over here with my clothes, my pack and my shoes. I do have to grab my pump because I left it connected. I just tossed my pump. I grabbed my pump, I filled up my mattress, and I just tossed it like a bonehead. This thing, it's the newer Flex Tail, and they got it as 1.2 ounces, and it has been working like a beast so far, so that is awesome. Here's all my little electronic bag. I got a ton of cables because my Garmin watch needs its own cable. Then The battery needed its own cable. My phone needs its own cable. So I got a ton going on. Guess I could have put that on a little bit nicer, but it'll get me through the night. Nice weather today. I think it's 70 out right now. And I'm not sure what it's supposed to get to tonight. I'm assuming 40, kind of like last night. No necessary winds that we have to be too concerned about. I think today is Wednesday, so tomorrow we should have easy sailing. And then Friday the weather moves in. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're calling for storms and rain. So previously we thought this was going to take 3 days. So this is where we would have been tomorrow night, but we pushed forward. Dylan was feeling pretty good. I was feeling pretty good. So yesterday we pushed forward 6 more miles to do 12 miles. And then this was almost exactly 10 miles from where we started at Addis Gap. So I'm letting Dylan start planning out where we're going. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. But no matter what, we're about 4 miles, I think. 4 miles from North Carolina. So George is almost done. Again. George is almost done again. But here soon. The way I had looked at it before, we're probably, after tonight, 3 more nights. 3 more nights to the NOC. Wait, is that right? 3 more nights to the... No, 3 more nights to Franklin, North Carolina. And then 3 nights, I'm assuming, give or take a day, from Franklin to the NOC. And then 3 more days from the NOC to Fontana. And then up into the Smokies. So it's nice to get in a little bit early and relax and start recovering, because we were on trail by like 6:15 this morning, so we had about an hour and a half of night hiking. And that's it for today, I think. If there's anything cool shows up, I'll take some pictures tonight or something. And that's it. I'm hoping someday. I didn't realize that nobody was going to be coming in, but it's kind of awkward the first little while, because I want to film setting up my tent, and at some point we'll film a bear bag hang. And I think I filmed filtering water before, but maybe we'll do that again. I don't know, if it stays quiet enough, maybe I can film making my food. That sounds like a great time, doesn't it? I know, I look forward to it. So I'll catch you then.